Welcome to the CNC podcast with Sebby G and Bubba J.
Today we got a special guest, Teacher of the Year, Kyle Christensen. How you doing today, sir?
I'm great. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Now let's talk about what you do with BRJ.
Well, I am an engineering teacher. So I teach 3 different classes. I teach an introduction to engineering. I teach principles of engineering, which is kind of a little bit of every type of engineering so students can get a feel of what they might want to do later. And then the specialty course I teach is in aerospace engineering. So we learn about flying aircrafts. We also learn about building aircrafts and navigating.
What made you want to do engineering?
Interestingly enough, I was a former physics teacher. And so I taught physics for about 10 years. And I'm not from Texas, but moved here about 3 years ago. And when I moved to Texas, I was looking for teaching jobs, and I kept looking at physics and math and the different areas that I'm certified in, and something that kind of kept popping up was STEM. And so STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math. And so when I saw the opportunity in Crawley to come to the CTE Center, I wasn't sure if I'd be qualified for the position or not, but I thought I would apply and try it. And when I came and met some of the administrators here and took a tour of the building, it felt like for everyone it was a really good fit.
So, how long did you stay in Michigan? What part are you from?
So, anybody from Michigan, we tend to draw a map of Michigan with our hand, and so because Michigan is the mitten state, I grew up near Ann Arbor, which is where the University of Michigan is, and my dad worked for the University of Michigan while I was growing up. And so I lived in that area all the way until I was probably about 23 years old. And at that point, moved to Oklahoma, taught in Oklahoma for a couple of years with my wife. And then we moved back to Michigan and then back down to Oklahoma and then made it to Texas. But we're happy to be settled down now and kind of be closer. But usually when people ask me where I'm from in Michigan, it's close enough to Detroit where you just say I'm from the Detroit area. So I tend to familiarize with that area.
Are you a Wolverine fan?
I'm a Wolverine fan. Like I said, my dad, he worked there, so I have nothing but great things because he had a great career there. And my wife went to the University of Michigan. She's an alum. I graduated from Eastern Michigan, which is actually right across the highway from Ann Arbor, Michigan. And we didn't really have very great sports teams at Eastern Michigan, so I've always been a Wolverine fan as far as sports go. But yes, definitely. And then being down here, and there's not a lot of Michigan fans down here.
I understand. TCU and UTA fans.
Now, commercial break.
In today's Princess Palace news, we're taking a step into the world of princesshood with a full makeover for our young elementary princesses. On December 8th, our Cosmo team will be hosting the Princess Pageant from 9 to 12 and in the afternoon from 1 to 4. The makeover will include every princess's essentials, including nail filing, makeup, and etc. We will also be including the Mommy and Me packages so our queens may enjoy themselves as well as our princesses. Come join our kingdom December 8th, 9 through 12, and 1 through 4 to celebrate our queens and princesses. Prices for Mommy and Me start at $45, and prices for princesses only, $25. Cash only.
Welcome back to the CNC podcast, and we're just going to start off our next segment with prank call. Our fellow classmate Greg Nelson will be prank calling his grandmother.
Yes.
And we're about to get that started now.
Hello.
Granny,
Yeah.
can you come get me from the school?
Why? What's wrong with you?
Some boy just punched me in my mouth and took my shoes.
Hey, was he at the school?
Yeah, he was at the school.
Okay, did you tell the teacher?
Nah, Granny, because I don't want to be no snitch.
This is stupid as If that motherfucker got your shoes, you tell who it is. Did you call your mama?
I ain't call my mama because she not going to answer.
Why you didn't hit that motherfucker back?
Because he was...
You know what?
Hey, Granny, I'm just playing. Hey, Granny, I'm just playing. I love you, Granny. I'm going to call you later.
Wait a minute. Are you playing?
Yes, I'm playing.
Don't do that shit, because I'm telling you what gonna be nice. I don't give a fuck what we want, because I'm just coming up to get the goddamn shoes. I might touch that motherfucker my
Alright, Granny, I'll just playing. I'm gonna call you later. She got mad. And now for another commercial break.
Attention! Ready Up Cadets SWAT trials start November 5th. Located in room 570. You'll work up a sweat, so be sure to bring comfortable workout clothes and refreshing Ooh So Cool water. Be sure to be on your best behavior for our very special guest, Executive U.S. Marshal himself. Be there or be SWAT like a fly. Get it? November 5th, be there.
Welcome back to the CNC show. For the next segment, we're gonna have an improv skit with Trey and Greg versus Sebastian and Michael. Let's get it started.
Who want to go first?
Y'all got it.
You got it? He's supposed to be a Fortnite character.
Yeah. Why your hairline go over your head? Check eagle.
Why your front tooth black? Egg.
Why you trying to look like Kiki?
And why you got this Irish mustache? Egg. You twisted up in
You cut long?
Egg.
Why was that not funny and why was that racist?
Why are you sitting like that? Why are you smelling like that? Why is your hair like that? Why is your tooth like that? Why are your pants like that? Why is your neck like that?
Why your nose bigger than your clothes put together with your
Why is your back bigger than your legs?
I don't even know.
Why you wear size 3?
Why you wear a size? Why you wear a size 20 in shoes?
Why you never brush your hair? Why you never wear do-rags? Why you don't think of wave grease?
Why you don't never put grease on your lips?
It's gonna be us, bro.
Basically, that's what it looks like.
Oh,
Stop
say
smelling.
something.
Let them go at it because they already been going at it. Go, man.
Is you too?
Come on, what?
They've been going it back and forth.
Who you supposed to be? Bruce Lee?
Bro, why your head look like a lollipop?
Ooh. Why you look like a gumdrop?
Why your head look like a raindrop?
Oh, now it's on me? What the?
Why you still listen to Bad and Bougie?
Why you still listen to Silento? Oh. Why you look like Funny Mike's friend?
Oh.
Why you look like a kid Mike Epps?
Why you look like Urkel?
Did you steal my bag, Holmes? Did you take my
What's up, Holmes?
Oh.
Alright,
This just
man.
went from like.
Why you?
That was terrible. You gotta do something else.
Steel gun.
Whoop whoop.
Oh, now we got.